Somewhere tonight, someone is staring at the ceiling, doing mathematics with their future, calculating bills, calculating years, calculating whether all this effort is actually leading somewhere. And somewhere else, someone is refreshing their bank account for the 5th time today, not because the number changed, but because the feeling will. The strange thing about being human is that most of us are chasing the exact same thing. Not money, not success, not status, not even happiness. We're chasing a feeling. The feeling of finally having enough. Enough money to relax, enough achievement to feel respected, enough certainty to stop worrying, enough proof that we matter. But if you pay attention, you'll notice something strange. The things we once prayed for eventually become the things we complain about. The salary we dreamed about becomes the salary that feels insufficient. The job we fought for becomes the reason we're exhausted. The relationship we desperately wanted becomes something we take for granted. The mind quietly moves the finish line, again and again and again. Most people think the problem is that they haven't reached the goal yet. But what if the goal isn't the problem? What if the chase itself is? Psychologists call this the arrival fallacy, the belief that happiness exists somewhere in the future, the belief that one more achievement will finally complete us. The peace is waiting on the other side of success. But if that were true, why do so many successful people still feel anxious? Why do wealthy people still worry about money? Why do accomplished people still feel inadequate? Because the human mind has a remarkable talent. It can take a life someone else would pray for and convince its owner that it isn't enough. The truth is, you are not suffering because you have too little. You are suffering because your brain has become addicted to more. And tonight, we're going to discover why. Not through motivation, not through self-help slogans, but through neuroscience, psychology, and the hidden programming that has been shaping your life since childhood. Because once you understand the trap, you stop blaming yourself. And when you stop blaming yourself, you finally gain the power to change. To understand scarcity, you have to travel back thousands of years. Long before bank accounts, long before careers, long before social media. Back to a world where survival was uncertain. For most of human history, having enough food today did not guarantee food tomorrow. A single winter could wipe out everything. A failed hunt could mean death. In that environment, the people who constantly searched for more were the people who survived. More food, more shelter, more protection, more resources. Your ancestors survived because they worried, and unfortunately, their brains became your brain. The human nervous system was never designed for peace. It was designed for survival. Your brain doesn't wake up every morning asking, "How can I be happy today?" It asks, "What could go wrong?" And then it starts searching. This is why one criticism hurts more than 10 compliments help. This is why one mistake can ruin your entire day. This is why your attention naturally moves toward what is missing. Your brain has a negativity bias. It scans for threats, problems, deficiencies, lack. And while that helped your ancestors survive, it creates a strange problem in modern life. Today, the predators are gone, but the brain never got the memo. Now, the threats are psychological: a low bank balance, a critical comment, a promotion someone else received, an Instagram post showing a life that looks better than yours. The ancient survival system treats these things as danger, and suddenly, You're fighting for your life in a battle that only exists inside your mind. The result? A constant feeling that something is missing, a constant pressure to keep running, a constant fear that stopping means falling behind. And that's where the next trap appears. Because your brain doesn't just fear scarcity, it rewards the pursuit of escaping it. Most people think dopamine is the chemical of happiness. It isn't. Dopamine is the chemical of anticipation, the chase, the expectation, the possibility that something better is coming. When you're working toward a goal, dopamine rises. The future looks exciting. Life feels meaningful. You tell yourself, when I get there, everything will change. But then something strange happens. You get there, the promotion, the money, the car, the achievement, and for a brief moment, it feels incredible. Then, nothing. Your brain adapts, the excitement fades, the achievement becomes normal, and suddenly, the thing you once dreamed about becomes background noise. This process is called hedonic adaptation, and it explains why people can spend years chasing a goal only to feel empty after reaching it. The brain was never interested in the prize, it was interested in the pursuit. Which means many people are not addicted to success, they're addicted to chasing success. Not because they're weak, but because their neurochemistry rewards movement more than arrival. This creates one of the most painful loops in human psychology. You keep believing the next achievement will save you, then it doesn't. So you choose another achievement, then another, then another. The finish line keeps moving, and the exhaustion keeps growing. Like a person drinking salt water, the more they consume, the thirstier they become. The problem isn't ambition. Ambition is beautiful. The problem is expecting achievement to heal emotional wounds, because that's a job achievement was never designed to do. There is another reason some people never feel safe, and it has nothing to do with money. It has everything to do with childhood. Long before you learned mathematics, your brain was learning survival. Children absorb the world differently than adults. They don't analyze, they absorb. If money created tension in the house, they absorbed it. If love felt conditional, they absorbed it. If mistakes were punished, they absorbed it. A child doesn't say, "My parents are stressed about finances." A child says, "The world is unsafe." And that belief becomes part of their identity. Years later, that child becomes an adult. Maybe they earn more money than their parents ever did. Maybe they build a successful business. Maybe they achieve everything they once dreamed about. But the nervous system is still operating from an old script. The script says, "Be careful. You're one mistake away from disaster. You don't have enough. You're not enough." So the adult tries to solve an emotional problem using external success, but the wound remains untouched, because no amount of money can convince a frightened nervous system that it's safe. Safety is not a number, it is a state. And until that state changes, scarcity follows you everywhere, even into abundance. This is why some people can have very little and feel peaceful, while others have everything and still feel terrified. Because the battle was never happening in the bank account. It was happening inside the mind. So, how do you escape? Not by becoming less ambitious, not by giving up on growth, not by pretending goals don't matter. You escape by changing the relationship. You stop asking achievement to do a job it was never meant to do. You stop asking money to create self-worth. You stop asking the future to heal the present. Because here's the truth. You can spend your entire life chasing more and still feel empty. Or you can learn something most people never do. Enough is not a destination. It is a decision, a psychological decision, a daily decision, a decision to acknowledge what already exists, a decision to stop measuring your worth against an imaginary future version of yourself, a decision to recognize that growth and gratitude can coexist. You can build a bigger future without rejecting the life you already have. You can pursue excellence without making your worth dependent on the outcome. You can dream bigger without believing you're broken today. The brain will always search for what is missing. That is what it evolved to do. But you do not have to obey every alarm your survival system sounds. Tonight, before you fall asleep, ask yourself a simple question. If nothing about your external life changed tomorrow, could you still find one reason to be at peace with who you are today? Because sometimes the map you've been searching for isn't hidden somewhere in the future. Sometimes the road begins exactly where you're standing. This is Unmapped Roads of Life. Your mind was never broken. It was just never given the map. And I'll see you in the next one.